menuju gelar. Zoning update ya.
Oh, dan akhirnya all in untuk kepada Lord Evolve. Bahkan Marcy di zoning out. Riza, Washipol agaknya sedikit terlambat dan akhirnya Chen bisa mendapatkan ke arah Lord Evolve tersebut. Bahkan Marcy kali ini seperti harus mundur. Dia mau coba dengan Gun away. Konsil ke arah belakang, Pin dia coba untuk mengejar. Happy Spin gak kena apa-apa karena ada Black Panther. Bahkan dibalikan keadaannya. Dan Ram mencoba untuk membalas tapi crossbow off tank. Di-cancel dengan Winter Crown dan akhirnya Pin menjadi korban. Bahkan dari Liz juga gak selamat. Knife for the knife. Marcy sudah kehilangan dari Immortal. Bahkan Riza yang gak bisa berhenti kemana-mana. Dan akhirnya Riza lah yang tidak selamat. Menuju ke arah wipe out. Washipol menghilangkan dua immortality. Tapi base turret masih menjadi kawan bagi Hierarchy Sena. Dan akhirnya wipe out menjadi jawaban.
Yap, dan Riza tidak bisa dan Hierarchy Sena berhasil untuk bisa mendapatkan match point mereka. Satu kesempatan yang lebih dekat lagi menuju gelar juara, tapi Big Hit turun beta. Keputusan untuk fight back ini cukup beresiko karena heavy spin-nya itu kena cancel dari Enhanced Sword dan juga crossbow of tank. Winter Crown adalah jawaban.
Wah, itu benar-benar kejadian yang buruk banget ya. Sekalinya terbang kena Winter Crown, sekalinya turun. Langsung tumbang.
Mereka ada di waktu yang benar-benar gak bagus. Pilihan dari mereka, kalau seandainya tadi defense Lord itu bakal berat, itu bakal susah. Makanya mereka mencari keuntungan. Dapat satu point kill ternyata gak bisa juga. Dan jangan lupa nih, dengan heavy spin yang tadi jujur sebenarnya seandainya gak ke-cancel udah mau habis juga.
Iya.
Mereka pede sih, pede banget tadi dengan adanya Netherrealm. Mereka pede dengan adanya continuous damage dari 1-1. Makanya mereka coba paksa.
Know how to position themselves around each other and constantly being caught by the jumps coming out from either Edward or Demon Kite, allowing for Yue to deal the most damage in the end. That really speaks volumes on how much Aurora's chemistry between their players is.
Just look at the damage output coming out from Yue and Demon Kite. 9.7k on both players, mind you. Minute 5, minute 11, it's been Demon Kite and Yue. And come to minute 13, the last hour of this game, the Harriet was able to put the final damage, the final nail in the coffin to get to game 7. Now here we are. I know at this point, we throw every stats, every prediction out of the window. What matters here is who wins the final game, who will be crowned the champions of MPL Philippines Season 14. It's been nice having you, Wolf, here in the analyst stand. But for the last game, and for the last time, we will be heading over to the panel for the last game of the season.
Can't believe it.
One whole season accumulates to one of the most exciting, the closest grand finals we've had in a long time. Love the stat you brought up. We haven't seen a game 7 in years.
Since season 7.
Years, bro.
7's the lucky number for this whole day, literally.
Yeah.
MLBB being nominated for 7 awards. Now we're on a game 7. Last game 7 was literally season 7.
Yeah. And
What else?
Chantel's casting. So
Chantel's
casting.
casting.
Oh my god.
Dari bagaimana toy-nya pun free, tapi thanks to Don yang selalu bisa ngebait. Dan akhirnya tugas dari siapa namanya, Danielsa udah bukan jadi initiator. Dia nungguin aja Washipol-nya yang dikunci.
Cover aja ya.
Iya, cover aja.
Siapapun yang maju itu yang dimakan. Dan ini yang gue maksud. Sebenarnya
Winter.
mereka dengan heavy spin yang udah mau habis, dia paksa lagi tadi maju, itu sebenarnya udah susah. Karena ya balik lagi, dari hitungan mereka pilihan defense bukan hal yang bagus mungkin. Ini Lord Evolve, kalau seandainya mereka 5 lawan 5 plus Lord itu kayak jadi 5 lawan 6 juga. ditambah aura-aura yang mungkin bikin damage-nya jadi lebih sakit, itu bakal bahaya. Makanya mereka paksa dapetin at least 1 point kill yang gagal juga nggak bisa. Akhirnya tertembus sudah best dari Bigetron hampir 25 menit. Game berjalan, point kill nggak terlalu banyak. Karena dari mereka berdua hanya beradu damage saja.
Iya, aduh sustain ya kan tentunya. Tapi ya ngelihat dari Don yang susah ditumbangkan, Toy-nya juga susah ditumbangkan. Karena lihat dia pakai emblem tank. Dia bawa tenacity juga, makanya Toy berani banget tadi buat tabrak-tabrak langsung.
Itu dia. Cloud zaman now ya. Karena kalau jawaban, wah basic common emblem masih bagus kok, regen darahnya ada, iya. Terus kayak lebih enak sustain juga di laningnya. Iya emblem tank juga sama. Bedanya ada di damage-nya aja. Basic common emblem dia punya tambahan damage, kalau emblem tank nggak punya. Tapi ngomongin damage, Cloud udah nutup banget nih damage dari Trinity item yang dibikin. Udah lepas sepatu juga, Malefic udah dipegang. Terus Gold Meteor udah lengkap lah. Mungkin udah sama kayak Pin, makanya tadi damage Pin juga agak bahaya ketika Don kena basic attack beberapa kali. Mungkin ya kalau seandainya mereka berani 3-2 nih, commit gitu kan, cari kill ke arah Don, gua rasa Pin bisa nih jadi orang yang tepat daripada Wosipol. Yang jujur Wosipol masuk udah pasti on eye for eye, selesai masalah.
Iya, susah banget ditumbanginnya.
Iya.
Sisi pastinya nggak ada, damage-nya juga nggak cukup. Sampai akhirnya ya ini dari Don yang benar-benar memimpin semuanya, diacak-acak. Memang butuh waktu yang cukup lama. Tapi waktu yang lama ini worth it karena mereka akan melaju ke match point.
Yeah.
1 langkah lagi. Dan di Bigetron Beta mereka harus bisa menyamakan lagi nih setidaknya.
Wah, ya, bikin gamenya sama dulu lah setidaknya.
Iya, kejar mengejarnya ini loh yang seru. Bahkan tadi Ararki kan udah menang 2-0 dulu. Ya sekarang tiba-tiba Ararki kembali unggul.
Ya.
Tapi jangan lupa, global band. Nih hero udah pada tipis nih sekarang nih.
Ini satu game lagi aja nih yang harus jadi concern mereka berdua.
Ya.
Karena game 7 udah reset.
Ya.
Ya kan, kalau memang seandainya di game kali ini ternyata hero dari RRQ sudah habis in totalnya, itu bakal bahaya. Bigetron dengan cheese pick-nya atau dengan hero yang tersisa, jujur dari RRQ dia punya POV masih. Itu kayak kuncian banget tuh tadi udah terakhir. Tapi kalau Rich Guy by GoPay ternyata masih ada di Wosipol nih. Masuk di late game, akhirnya Farlane yang terus dipegang, membuat GPM-nya jadi paling tinggi. Sebenarnya udah nggak gimana-gimana sih ya, udah masuk menit 24 juga tadi hampir 25. GPM nggak terlalu yang berdampak full lah buat teman-teman dari kedua tim. Karena perbedaannya paling cuma diganti Winter Imo aja.
Yep.
The carry-nya ada di Toy dengan damage terbanyak dan si paling bonyok adalah Marzi.
Si paling bonyok.
Karena dari Don juga dia emang terima damage, bedanya ya sambil kabur-kaburan jadi nggak full damage yang diterima. Kalau dari Marzi kena Angry Gloom aja 1. Itu keluar dari Butterfly Wishing Lantern udah 10% ya dari magical damage yang bisa dipotong sama magical defense sebetulnya.
Oke, tapi apa ya yang tadi ada di call-nya Bigetron Beta ya di saat kayak mereka udah kehilangan Lordnya, mereka tabrak paksa dengan keadaan yang tidak baik-baik aja.
Iya itu loh.
Tapi simpelnya gitu, hitungannya gini. Defense berlima, lawan 5 plus Lord Evolve. Landingnya juga tadi best turret sisa di arah mid lane.
Iya.
Kemungkinan terbaik untuk mereka adalah untuk balikin keadaan dan menang ya. Memang kalau kayak gitu juga ada nih chance-nya, tapi kecil. Tapi kalau seandainya 4 lawan 5 plus Lord, yang 4-nya ini plus Lord, mungkin masih ada chance yang lebih tinggi. Makanya mereka tuh paksa.
Coba ya.
Paksa dan jangan lupa team fight mereka pede loh. Netherrealm, terus mereka ada heavy spin. Kayak areanya tuh besar.
Itu mungkin dia mau ngulang momen ketika tadi kan dapetin Lord Evolve juga kan dari RRQ Sena. Tapi mereka bisa numbangin 2 orang.
Ya.
Mereka mau ngulang lagi mungkin kejadian kayak tadi. Ya akhirnya mereka mau coba untuk komit dari Marzinya juga. Sayangnya gagal.
Setidaknya diriku pernah berjuang ya.
Bener.
Wah, ya,
bener.
namanya juga usaha ya kan.
Bener.
Tapi ya Bigetron Beta mereka harus riset lagi nih ya.
Ya.
Karena waktunya gak banyak pastinya. Dan waktunya gak banyak lagi karena kita akan menunggu untuk MPL Playoff juga. Nah kalau yang gak kedapetan tiket gak usah khawatir karena di Eldorado nanti bakal ada MPL Festival. Ada apa aja? Banyak banget.
Banyak.
Ada booth merchandise dari tim.
Ya.
Ada pastinya juga makanan-makanan ya, F&B. Terus juga ada panggung yang dimana tim-tim itu akan memberikan performance-nya. Dari brand ambassador-nya kah? Dari talent-nya kah? Karena juga ada MC di sana. Banyak guest star. Nanti juga
I
bakal
know,
masuk
right?
di sana
I'm
ya.
scared. I take it back. I take it back.
Let's focus on this
Enggak dong.
this championship first.
Okay, okay. I'm so
Let's
sorry.
focus on this grand final.
Maybe the viewers
Karena
think
hidup udah
so.
komedi.
Let's
Jadi
know if
langsung
you
aja
think
teman-teman
there
datang
might
ya.
be some
Eldorado
big
Dome ya,
changes
seru-seruan
Ada,
banget.
happening
ini
in
kan nobar
M6
juga.
because of what's
Ada.
happening here.
Kemarin terakhir kan di
Right now, it does feel like it's equalized, right? Onyx Philippines and Aurora are on equal footing. One whole game of MLBB to decide who's the strongest possibly in the world.
Can I say, I wonder what the odds will be that in the 7th game of a grand finals, that Keller is back in again, that he ends up with a Lunox. In the Game 7 against Blacklist International versus Execration, he packed the Lunox and got the Savage. Hence the beginning of the Filipino Savage moniker. They lost that grand finals, but it looked like they could have made a comeback with it, with that Lunox. So I wonder, because with how the drafts are going right now, it seems like if I'm Fnatic Onyx, just go right out of the gate. You cannot allow Aurora to get a lineup that shines well in the early. You need a lineup that scales up fast and challenges their mid-game 8-minute, 7-minute power spike.
Man, if that happens, that's long-term storytelling, man.
Absolute
the long-
cinema.
Absolute cinema.
That's long-term storytelling, and it's also very ironic that you're gonna pick the guy with brilliance against a team that loves lights
Yeah, that too.
and use it to beat them.
You couldn't have written it any other way, I feel like. This is, again, the greatest season we've had in recent memory.
That's right.
And this is looking like it's going to boil down to be our greatest grand finals.
Ever.
We're getting ready for it, guys. Here comes the draft for possibly one of the biggest games right here in MPL Philippines Season 14. And Fnatic Onyx on blue side. What about it?
Well, the Suyo is a question. If picks such as the Lo Yi, the Edith, will be taken away early or opened up for them, are they going to change? I don't think they should go for a super drastic move in the draft. Chase the power, chase the Edith, or chase the Edith, Suyo, Phoveus. Those have to be the first picks.
For me, just give Kirk really a hard time. Don't give Kirk the Edith.
I actually want to see a 5-man mage ban on Super Friends.
Whoa. Just ban out the whole squad.
I'm that dumb. But here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, game number 7 goes into a draft.
And FNOP will take away the Harith from Domain. Great respect. Good respect as well with the Fanith. And they go for the Edith. So this could be a Suyo. You're not going to rush the Phoveus just yet if you're Aurora. I think they have to get the Suyo now. Suyo Gatot could be an option. Or steal the Eve from Super Friends.
At the same time, they still have a potential Valentina, so I think the Suyo Gatot would be a good option here for...
Yeah, so we were in agreement. Yeah, Suyo Gatot.
Among the planes.
Oh,
there's
they
the
steal the Eve.
Valentina. Oh, that's the Eve.
Yeah, they steal the Eve. What a move. What a move by Aurora. And they go... They said Suyo later.
No, I think that Demon Kite doesn't want to go for Suyo. I think he wants to go for Alpha.
Oh,
That's right.
Gatot. Oh my goodness, Gatot Eve Alpha would be great.
The immortal one chose
Suyo ends up with Fnatic Onyx Philippines.
this world.
Oh. All right. So at this point, it does feel like the Edith is going to be so pivotal. Again, you can kind of stretch it out to whoever. But I don't... It's starting to look like Aurora might slide into a bit of a composition that relies so much on the death box.
Yeah.
And that might be a double-edged sword.
Do you get your mid right now? Do you just go Valen?
Time and tide wait for no
Beatrix so early on!
That's
Okay.
a big power play, FNOP. But this is what we said. They needed a pick that shines at the 7th and 8th minute mark that counters the power spike of Aurora. But the difficult thing about this is you still have the Ling available and the Alpha for Aurora. Alpha might actually have a harder time. The Ling will be able to decimate. But nope, they still fall with that.
I think Alpha's a good answer because then you mentioned it again. A good power spike for Fnatic Onyx would be the 8 minutes, the mid game for specifically Keller with the Beatrix.
They need
And
to
what more
balance
to
that,
counter
yeah.
that with an Alpha pick?
You're right.
8 minute in. As soon as they get the third turtle, that's more than enough for Demon Kite. Eventually, they have a good chance of getting the Lord. But then again, we know the kit of Suyo when it comes to mutual objectives, the Sever Retribution combination. It's going to be hard for them. So they need something that could actually zone out King Kong in those crucial moments.
You know, weirdly enough, with this lineup here, the problem is they're going to be going up against the Gatot Kacha, which will probably pack a Revitalize. Aurora can go high loss. If they go high loss and gacha, Fnatic Onyx Philippines, one of their best picks that they can go for in the mid at this point will be the Sicilian. If they go up against a high loss and the gacha, that turns off the idea of the Sicilian, and they'll be forced to pick up something like maybe like a Vexana or the Valentina, of course, to steal away ultimates. But the fact that you're going up against the Eve Gatot Alpha, I would be terrified as a Valentina to play into that. You need a little bit more range. If they go up against a high loss and gacha,
Right?
that turns off the idea.
What? That's so deep. That's a deep ban, bro.
Literally thinking about
But the
Lily
fact
right
that going
now.
up against the
Such a deep
Gatot Alpha,
Lilia bukan ya?
Super Friends has
Separah itu kah Lilia?
heroes ever since his MPL Philippines season 10 debut.
Especially against a Death Boss.
Yeah.
Right? If everyone's grouping up together, Lilia would have been so great.
What is Domin gonna end up with here?
There's still
Just a Claude.
Claude, Luna, Clint. But Tigreal, okay, Renegade secures his Tigreal.
Are they gonna do something surprising for the gold lane for Doming? Are they gonna pick up something like an Alice? Is just all too close. But right now, the front line, what are they trapped with? Grok? Surprise mid lane Matilda? No. Vexana, Aurora is what my head is going to.
Is Minnow a good lane for Fnatic?
Too soft.
Too soft, right?
Minnow will struggle here.
You're still the Cho though.
Yeah, the Cho, but difficult. They need to go tankier. It can't be pick-off style.
And again, they're gonna have to face against a lineup that is a big ball of. Oh
Ya,
my God,
siapa
is
akan
this lineup?
dipick?
Vexana.
Ternyata Vexana.
No, it's still the
Oh,
Cho.
Cho.
No way, right? No way.
Cho,
Not
Brusco.
on Tigreal.
Yeah.
Now,
Cho,
here
Brusco
for the
naik
gold
hero
lane,
power ya.
Who is it? Alice?
Alice or Claude?
Are we thinking Alice here?
Weirdly enough, this has a lot of frontline for a Bruno.
Ya,
to
pick
shine.
terakhir.
And Brody, you know, those kinds of heroes.
Did he get
you
picked
still
at
have
all?
like, you still have like Melissa and Ixia
Ixia.
available. It's such a wide
Ixia.
Clint.
Clint, okay, they go for the back
Ixia
line.
kah?
More
Oh,
stable
clean.
guy, closer to your front line,
Clean.
right? It's closer to your front line so they can respond faster if someone goes through. So it's not that bad, but the range is a little less.
The lineup of Aurora can reach the back line of Fnatic Onyx Philippines easier. This puts a lot of pressure onto Kirk and to Bruce.
Ya, game terakhir antara Aurora melawan Fnatic Onyx Filipina.
Right there.
For me, if Aurora doesn't reach their mid-game power spike,
Siapakah
it's
yang
gonna
akan
be
menjadi
hard.
juaranya
Especially
game
if
terakhir?
Fnatic snowballs with King Kong, Suyo, and Keller as well. But still, for me, 50-50, like what you mentioned a while ago.
All right, everybody, throw out and get your coins ready. Here we go.
Ini dia game terakhir Grand Final.
It's been years since we've gone this far. It's been months since anyone has ever made
Welcome to Mobile Legends.
Welcome to Mobile Legends.
gods, unless they're both gods, one game away from winning the championship. Welcome to Game 7. It's Fnatic Onyx Philippines versus Aurora MLBB.
Oh man, I had just realized that I have not been part of a 7-game
Yeah,
series just yet since I
Renegade,
started casting
Renegade.
back in season 8, and I'm so happy that we finally have it here with two amazing teams that have been defying odds all season.
Welcome to your first, Joseph, and this could also be the first for many here in this bout. Many athletes putting everything on the line. Brusco flickers away.
Again, look at that. Just how locked in both the teams are that even if you have to defensively flicker, Kirk was right there. The other thing that I'm excited to see and point out is as we get a glimpse right now for the gold lane, is it's a classic matchup, right? This isn't the Magic gold lane matchup we see a lot of times.
Both Marks people.
It's both Mark's people. I love it.
It's what they need to do. And between them, they're both capable of playing these
Apanya level 4 duluan ya?
marksmen, right? You've seen a Clint in Kelra
Yep.
and a Beatrix in Doming. Now Kirk gets pushed in deep. King Kong reciprocating the action, taking that small camp away. And Renegade just chasing. Renegade just
Ya,
clearing out.
Brusco.
I wonder how this feels too for Renegade, you know, just He got his hands finally on the Tigreal here, but Brusco is playing his signature hero on the other side. And you know that with that Tigreal, you have a couple options. Either you respond to when Brusco sets things up, or you can also be the guy on Tigreal and be a little aggressive. There's the flicker. Good dodge there coming out from Demon Kite. First turtle for the taking here. They're gonna
Rugi
start it
dong,
out.
edit
Getting in
trigger.
position. There's a jump, not
Wih,
connecting, but Demon
dapet
Kite will get the
alfanya
turtle.
Demon
King
kita,
Kong goes down
Demon
first.
Kite.
And now looking for more. They're on the hunt. Brusco should be able to get away, but Aurora comes out with a win in that one.
Rugi dong,
Minutes in,
fanatik
first
unik.
turtle down. Brusco protecting King Kong's
Sudah nggak
orange
dapat
buff. It's very rare
turtle,
that you see King Kong
jungler
orange
mati,
like this. It's been a while since we've seen King Kong
buff
get deprived
diambil.
of his resources this early on.
Rugi bandar.
And Theft Orange. 1,000 gold ahead now is Aurora. Joseph, I hate to say it, but is Fnatic Onyx running out of tank in the gas right now?
I think it's more so this, Leo. They haven't been tested like this. Like you said in your intro and in the game, when was the last time Fnatic Onyx went through this kind of testing?
Renejay,
Through a
Renejay.
series, especially this long. That's where it really comes down to even the mental endurance of the players here.
Then this might be their true test.
Ih, diambil ya,
King Kong,
diambil ya,
slow
diambil.
theft of the orange, taking a small camp along the
Buff
way. Edward
diambil.
catches still a little baby there. RWM.
Nah, bahaya, 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 bahaya. Mati lagi.
Again, and Demon Kite says, "Get out of
Fanatik
the jungle."
Onyx dalam bahaya.
Slain him twice now. Edward canceling the AOG, getting inside Fnatic Onyx head, and now Demon Kite's gonna clean up house. They're about 2,000 gold up now, and the second turtle hasn't even spawned.
This is pretty crazy because for a player that is so integral and part of the success of FNOP,
That's the regular season MVP.
that's the regular season MVP. He is now falling behind in terms of trying to keep up with the pacing being set. And Demon Kite has adjusted throughout the series, got his hands on this
Bab-bab
alpha and is
dari Fanatik Onyx mulai
Sometimes
diinvasi
he doesn't
teman-teman.
get caught because he defensively
Habis
uses
bab.
the Sphere of Alpha.
And then re-engage.
War lagi, war lagi, war.
And just as quickly
War
takes
ya,
down
dilepas,
Aurora, 100%
dilepas.
turtle take rate 4 minutes in.
Oh, this is trouble right here for Fnatic Onyx. They're going to have to go ahead and just kind of buckle up at this point. We know the statistic, 2 turtles back-to-back for a team, what they can do for the early game into the mid-game here. So they might try to, scrap up what they can. You can see the placements here for King Kong, where he's going. Even though we got punished last time, he doesn't care. He's still going to be in the jungle of DK.
And that's what led him to be such a successful jungler in the regular season. Continue playing the map. Continue finding resources until you can get there. And in this series alone, in this 7-game series, we've seen
Hancur turret atas, turret atas dari Aurora.
another story. Look
Hancur.
at the item game. About 1,500 between Kelra and Dominic.
Whoa.
Dear God.
Whoa,
Ya, tukar bawah,
It's on a
tukar
gold
bawah,
mine.
tukar bawah.
Where did he get all that money? Where is it from? Because everywhere else, it's equal down the middle. Aurora have successfully funneled everything to Doming.
that was nearly just the farming and all that turret gold.
The shielding, and I guess he was double laning.
That's a, I don't know, man. That's a smart cowboy right there.
That's a rich cowboy.
That's a rich cowboy right now because they're going to have to deal with that. He's also now on the top side, so they're just going to leave him alone, let him do his thing. Domeng farming up. Fnatic will push that bottom turret themselves. They can't get it fully just yet because they can't overextend, and that's another turret now in the hands here for Aurora.
Clean for Aurora. So far, top lane tier 1 taken down. Bottom lane tier 1 taken down. The map is shrinking
He got it.
for Kelra. And King Kong just struggling to keep anything and everything in his own jungle. Luckily, his retribution's still on point, but that means all turtles, they're conceding over to Aurora.
Yeah, this is going to be the 3 for 3. I'd be surprised to see FNOP try to fight this, but they don't even get a chance. It's so
Cut
quick
lagi,
to go
turtle.
down here. This is looking really good for Aurora right now. Nice, comfortable lead at 2.6, almost 3K.
Perfect
Under the
turtle
7-minute
dari
mark, all
Aurora.
favor, and they can play around the map now. as they set their eyes
Bahaya sih
on
ini.
the tier 2 here.
Bahaya Fnatic Onyx ini. Dalam tekanan.
Tigreal can actually play both offensively and defensively. I don't see him playing defensively or reactively at all. If anything, his mere presence is sending shivers down Brusco's spine. Brusco can't even cross the river right now. That's not what you want to see in a show.
It's not what you want to see, man. And maybe, you know, this is now up to King Kong to just play the map. He's going to have to do the best he can, but I'm even worried for him because if he does, if he's pushing somewhere else, there's so many tools to go ahead and try to catch him. And that's exactly what they're looking to do now. Renegade, it's still going to be used. King Kong will spawn him out with the Queller. But now, again, tier 2s are being pressured. We saw Fnatic Onyx do this even the previous game this early on. Mid lane, toss up
Ya,
from
perang
Kirk.
di mid, perang mid.
Wrath gonna be
Perang
used
mid,
on the
perang
guy.
mid,
Won't
perang
play
mid.
with the Spear of Alpha. They still want to
Perang
fight.
mid,
Eternal Guard gonna be
perang
thrown
mid.
out. They're gonna try to fight. There's the kick coming out from Brusco. And Renegade goes in, finds the lockdown. And
Demon
Kite's
Kite,
taken out
Demon
by
Kite
Kelra.
mati.
They're still hunting for
Comeback kah?
Kelra.
Comeback kah?
Falls. Kelra trying to buy time. Yue and Edward chasing him down. Kelra, will he be able to get the space
Satu
he needs?
momen.
Rora loses two.
Satu momen penting dari Fnatic Onyx.
Fnatic Onyx first win in this 8-minute game. 2 kills, one on DK, another on Doming. Those are the 2 perfect targets. Everyone else is just an accessory to Aurora's success right now. That is what Fnatic Onyx needed. How did they set that up? An amazing play. It started with Kirk playing footsies, faking it, Primal Wrath. All right, they engage, popping the rule manipulation. Next thing you know, Keller was in the back blasting him.
Oh, that's what you gotta watch out for. I mean, he even used that flicker, right? So they're not gonna have a couple of these battle spells now for this fight.
Not
So
for a
Aurora will go ahead and start things up. They know they have advantage with the ultimates that they have. They still have to respect what F-Nop can do.
That's all of them in there. Lord now on a 10th of its health.
They're gonna go
War,
over there.
war,
The
war,
jump
war.
on in.
Lord,
Renegade gonna
ya
be in trouble
Alpanya
again.
dapat.
Gets the
Alpanya
Lord.
dapat.
Spear of Alpha gonna be locked down.
Alpanya
King Kong and
dapat.
Brusco. Edward trying his best, but he falls next. The
Dua,
2-for-2
ditukar dua.
trade. But Rora gets the Lord.
Damn straight, Joseph. At
Tapi
the end of the
rugi
day,
gak sih
Aurora won
Fnatic
that
Onyx?
trade. A roamer
Rugi
and
Fnatic
XP lane
Onyx.
for a Lord, the opposing
Lord
jungler, and the roamer.
dari Aurora.
Checks out Aurora maintaining composure, recovering from that 2 free kills that Fnatic Onyx scored about a minute ago. Looking at the items. Luckily, Kellera has been farming up. He didn't die in that exchange, so he's now just down about just under 1,000.
Yeah,
I
he's still
think
got some catching up to do.
I think there's a future here. I think if some way, somehow, the Sonics just pour everything on the gold standard, on the Filipino Savage, he can get over his trauma from losing to Edward
Oh,
3 years ago. He can get over his trauma losing to Demon Kite 2 years ago. It's got to come here, now, culminating in this moment.
they're all gonna have to lock in here on the defense. Even if it's this first Lord here, they should be able to work through it. Another turret going down. Fnatic Onyx holding on to what they can. Holy Shield still actually up here on the top side as they clear out the minions and keep the shields alive for now.
Even in mid, key use of the magic
Oh.
flare.
Background dari Fnatic Onyx kuat sih.
Oh, he gets spotted.
Yue spots him out.
Luckily,
No tricks.
a quick tap of the surge will get him out of there. But if it was any other position, if it was in the big river brush, they could have flickered in and caught him.
I guess King Kong is in a, in a way, if he's got to take a little bit of a risk, make some plays and move around the map, he's going to do it.
He's going to have to act as a threat magnet. If he's not in the base and he's not where Aurora can see him, that means he's up to shenanigans. So Aurora have to clamp down on that. How much they give to stop that depends on Aurora, how much they're willing to. Because right now, that's all King Kong can do. He can't join fights. He can't front. He can deal some level of damage, but he's not as big a threat as Demon Kite. Demon Kite is a wall. Demon Kite is a house compared to King Kong.
I would say if they can dodge, like one of the biggest things obviously is the Avatar of the Guardian from Edward, but even the Spear of Alpha, man. The Spear of Alpha, if it catches multiple members from Fnatic Onyx, they're in trouble. And that's why they have to almost utilize, like even the Eternal Guard, if it's dropped down at the right mark, to kind of help peel if they need to or initiate. That's what's gonna help them win the fights.
Oh wow, slow push up top. Couple of rogue minions left over by Fnatic. Onyx popping that holy shield too. There is some hope. Sonics all around the world watching. Fans in the Philippines, fans in Indonesia.
Lord Nantu kayaknya nih. Ini apakah akan jadi Lord Nantu?
Watch closely. This Lord Dance might be the last. Purple getting secured here by King Kong first.
Ya,
Lord, you're not out of
dia ambil colornya, dia ambil Lordnya. Dapat Alpha, War. Alpanya mati, Kelleranya mati. Kelleranya mati.
It's the same situation. Deja vu. One might argue a 1-for-1, but Aurora walks away with a big one. The Lord, the enhanced Lord, marching through mid. No holy shields, and they have to defend the hard way.
Ternyata dilepas, Lordnya dilepas.
Calro will be back up in time.
Masih aman.
What does Aurora still look for?
Cu belum ketahuan, Cu. Ya, Brusco mati. Aduh, Brusco.
And now without Brusco, they might lose the base turrets next.
It was too risky an angle. Not enough of a distance to come in and catch a good side. And now Aurora
Masih kuat sih. Hydra-nya masih kuat.
Fnatic Onyx defending for their life. They need to hold out. They need to extend this. 4-5 more minutes into the next Lord.
They keep it together. These turrets still up. A little bit of a desperation trying to set things up. It didn't work out that time.
Brusco believes that you miss 100% of the shots you don't take, and he took his shot, and he is not throwing away his shot. He's young, he's scrappy, and just like everyone else in his team, he's hungry for this victory. Grand Theft Purple by Demon Kite. Slowly but surely ballooning this lead up to 1,000. Approaching 1,500, 14 minutes in. About a minute until the next Lord spawns, lower quarter. Luckily for Fnatic Onyx, that is the long lane for them, wherein it's the softer side of the inhibitor. So, you know what? Maybe Brusco should save those big ticket kicks for the Lord fight.
I agree, you know, and I think that last attempt, knowing that they could have just gone for it, maybe something happened, but if we saw a preview of the Lord fights like the last one, what do they have to change here? Because it didn't go that well for them.
Start it before the Lord begins. I think Fnatic Onyx have been relying on the turn a little too much, and Aurora have smarted up to it. Aurora said, enough is enough. You've turned on too many people in the regular season already.
They just press the gas.
They just press the gas. They lean into it. And Aurora are so good at the turn. They're so good at welcoming Fnatic Onyx into their own pit, into their own ring. And that's what this lineup was made to do. The Tigreal, the Eve, the Gatot, the Alpha. Dude, all Doming needs to do is clean up all these criminals.
Yeah.
all these rogues.
All these rogues. It's about to be high noon. Actually, it's past the high noon at this point. Game 7.
Perang di Lord lagi. Perang di Lord.
Last 15 minutes. This Lord going to be crucial for
Ayo,
either team to have
Lord.
Brusco and Kirk.
Now a third.
Down front.
War.
Guard going to drop down. They get that out. There's the implosion coming out from Renegade. Brusco could be in trouble. They're trying to get the zone, but
King Kongnya mati. Dah, dapat Super Prince.
Gets the Lord. Fnatic on the Philippines trying to withstand.
Kelas Super Prince.
Jumps into the backside. Brusco will kick him in the face, and Edward's still alive until Kirk takes him out. It's a battle of the mid lane.
Domengnya.
Shows them the shot to the face, and they're on the run to the defense. What a turnaround!
Starting with the Monster Mage, the Lunatic Prince. Total anarchy in the Lord pit. He took advantage of that. He had eyes on the prize. And the Enhanced Lord walk for Fnatic Onyx Philippines. Back to back with Ultra Instincts on Kelra. He had eyes on the perfect target. He knew King Kong was gone. So he protected himself, kept himself scarce, and then started shooting for the high heavens.
Edward and Domeng will be back up here to try to stay in this game. Lord still has to be worked on, and it looks like they're only going to get the base turrets. Talk about the poetry of securing that Lord with the
Masih
eternal
bisa,
power of
masih
Super
masih
Prince.
bisa. Seru nih, seru, seru, seru.
Watching this right now, you're missing out. This is what you pay attention to if you want to see peak MLBB. And the only thing between them is an inhibitor and 2,000 gold. How? How is it that close? Yet still seemingly both teams engage as if their lives depended on it.
Leo, I'm not even complaining. We are here on the desk, and I am entertained. I wouldn't want Game 7 to be any other way than how this has been for the past 18 minutes. And it brings us back to that. The Lord coming up in a minute. Are they going to try to make a play? Are they trying to get a numbers advantage? Because now the defensive items come into play with this.
Now they start juggling. Demon Kite just picked up his immortality. Demon Kite also has a winner crown, so he can jump in. Spear of Alpha, front, and then come back, deal extra true damage. Fnatic only have to accept that fact that the box does not belong to them. They have to play outside the box. They have to bait the box. They have to live in the box to be able to understand how Aurora do it. And look at the damage dealt by Yue. It's just so sticky. A box, the real world manipulation, but Super Prince is a one-of-a-kind mage. Super Prince comes from the same DNA that Few, Sanji, Yue, Sans, they're all the same breed.
They are, man, and they come in clutch when it's needed most. And that is a huge factor for both these ends, both these teams here.
Lord has already spawned, upper quarter. This is an evolved
Ya,
Lord.
perang di Lord lagi.
Dare I say,
Perang di
whoever
Lord
solves this
lagi.
fight as well,
Siapakah yang akan
they
dapat
hold the
Lord?
championship. River Control going over to Aurora first to the scene. They do take the Little Wanderer. Renegade still has his flicker, still has his immortality. So there's a lot of engage on Aurora. How does Fnatic Onyx juggle all of those factors?
Can really be either team here that decides to start things up. King Kong
Joe-nya,
makes his
Joe-nya,
way to the
Joe-nya,
final.
Joe,
Both
Joe,
teams
Joe.
gonna try to push and
Ya,
play something else here.
tahuan.
Oh Lord, might get soft reset here.
Where's King Kong going?
There it is, King Kong taking the long way around.
King Kong, King Kong.
Flanking from the east.
King Kong. Posisinya King Kong.
Mike doesn't see him.
King Kong posisinya.
It's down to the 10th. He might be too late. Lord already secured the jump in from Edward.
War,
They
war,
might go
war,
for
war,
King
war.
Kong. Is he gonna go for Domeng? Takes off a couple shots. He
Oi,
gets
oh,
moving the laser
and-
route.
Oi,
But he'll
oh, and-
disengage. The timing wasn't right for FNOC.
Fnatic took a second too long. They had the set up. King Kong couldn't get there safely. And fast
Lordnya
enough
PR banget sih.
to be able to get the pincer. Aurora scoring the Lord. No casualties either side. Not even a flicker spent by Aurora. There was one on Kirk in trying to jockey for position. Looking at the items, both marksmen refuse to go barefoot. Both marksmen understand that rotations are the name of the game. It's the map. And what's King Kong doing? What is this? Joseph, is he back? Is he going for the back door?
He looks like he might be. He's actually just gonna handle that wave. He was using retry.
He sees it. They see it. He has to go home.
they
He has to
can.
go home.
He's gonna go
Atasnya,
home. Defend
atasnya.
Here. Lord's gonna be worked on. Eternal Guard already dropped down. There's the box once again.
Ya, masih bisa ditahan. Masih bisa ditahan.
Trying to get out, and Spear of Alpha coming
Ya.
out. Demon Kite. Kirk gets the kill.
Atasnya.
Edward goes down through.
Atasnya.
Explosion.
Eh.
Goes through. And they turn it
Aduh,
around.
Fnatic Onyx.
Down. And
And seharusnya
Domeng
N.
will try to go to base.
Seharusnya
But
N.
FNOC, after a decisive team fight
Seharusnya
victory,
N.
to march in, and Domeng, he can't even get back to base in time.
It's all on him.
It's all on him. From a dominating regular season.
Seharusnya
to
N.
hard-fought
N.
grand final,
N.
the Sonic
N.
Fnatic
Fnatic
defeats
Onyx.
Aurora. They
Juara. Fnatic Onyx. Selamat Fnatic Onyx. Juara.
Champions. Fnatic Onyx.
Champions. Fnatic Onyx.
I said it before and I will say it again, Leo.
Match seru, match seru. Comeback.
Force of nature, seemingly unstoppable since the season started. Here tonight, they were made human, but they were also made immortal. Tonight, they claim their kingdom. Kelra is now crowned.
Selamat untuk Fnatic Onyx sebagai juara MPL Filipina.
Golden, Brusco, Golden, King Kong, Golden, and let's not forget Kelra. The Filipino savage, the gold standard. Through the leadership of Coach Hayes and Coach Why Not, Spider Miles ever the supportive teammate, and their management led to this moment.
What a run, what a season, what a grand finals we had here, man. So good, so competitive. Even on the other side, you gotta see it, you gotta love it.
They are the heralds of the new age of MLBB. They are the new standard bearers of the Philippine play style. These two took us to Game 7. Aurora MLBB, a threat on the world stage. No one can take that away from them.
Oh, man. Again, Aurora, they were doubted throughout the regular season, and look how far they came. The only
NT Aurora sebagai juara kedua.
distance to make them sweat. You gotta give a round of applause to them because boy, oh boy, I can't wait to see them in M6.
Tonight, the light did not die. The light will shine bright once more in Kuala Lumpur for M6. And now, Fnatic Onyx Philippines will get their moment. It's been an honor to be at your service. Naisu and Leo bringing you the action. And on behalf of all of the English talents, Rockhart, Renmar Santa Cruz, and Ingan, we hope you had enjoyed.
We are Philippines Season 14 champions! Fnatic Onyx Philippines!
Ya, kita tonton. Kita tonton. MDL dulu, MDL. MDL.
Beta yang membuat dari anarki Sena, mereka langsung eksekusi.
Komit gak tuh?
Ayo RRQ, pipa RRQ. Pipa RRQ.
Berikutnya akan disediakan untuk RRQ Sena.
Oke, Lordnya memang bisa didapetin. Tapi di saat nantinya Lord masuk ke area defensif dari Bigetron Beta,
Pipa RRQ.
lagi. Pinnya akan siap untuk bisa melumat habis Lord tersebut.
Sama ya.
RRQ Sena tinggal cari gimana caranya ngunci keberadaan dari pinnya.
Kondisinya akan sama sih kurang lebihnya. Pin akan menjadi high ground defender terkuat dari teman-teman Bigatron juga. Tapi ancamannya menurut gue sekarang lebih banyak. Karena hard guard yang siapapun nantilah yang kena hard guardnya, damage dari Rexonanya ini loh yang bisa menembus Wind of Nature dari pinnya. Dan jangan lupakan true damage alpha. Gue rasa ya kalau memang RRQ cukup percaya diri, tuker Chen dan juga pin, kayaknya itu bisa. Jadi solusi udah ketangkep.
Wah, Wasipol jarak belakang, Reslonanya bakal coba untuk di defense, tapi ternyata masih sempat. Hilang sudah Wasipol. Niat jahatnya digagalkan. Bahkan Toy kali ini, walaupun tidak ada hard guard, dia masih coba untuk fokus menghancurkan base turret dari top lane.
Oke, bakal ditabrak lagi.
Wah,
Apa?
Wapinnya udah bener-bener sekarat. Marsi dalam
Ayo RRQ. Ayo Sena. 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 Oh. Wih. Ayo. Ayo. Juara RRQ Sena.
Menjadi juara MDLID season yang ke-10.
Dan please welcome the new champion. Kutukan berakhir. Kutukan runner-up tidak mempan di season ini. Dan juara baru di MDL Indonesia season yang ke-10. Please give it up to
Akhirnya setelah melewati banyaknya Grand Final, RRQ Sena membuktikan kalau mereka layak, mereka pantas disebut The Champion, King of the King, RRQ Sena.
Waktu yang mereka dapatkan, kesabaran dari yang mereka rasakan. 3 kali masuk final, tidak pernah juara, tapi rezeki akan datang tepat pada waktunya dan hari inilah rezeki untuk RRQ Sena.
Yes. Penantian panjang, finish di posisi kedua. Jadi hantu untuk mereka. Jadi satu pressure juga pastinya, tapi pembuktian mereka lakukan. Ini dia kelima punggawa yang sangat-sangat telah berjuang keras pastinya. Dan sang jawara baru di MDL Indonesia Season 10, Rex Regum Keon Sena.
Congratulations! Selamat RRQ Sena, selamat para Kingdom. Dan nice try. Bigetron Beta perjalanan yang luar biasa mereka juga jalankan. Mereka rasakan. Dan kita menjadi part of the journey yang sangat-sangat luar biasa di MDL ID season yang ke-10.
Wow, ini merinding sih jujur aja. Oke.
Dan kita sudah mendapatkan juara baru. Dan aku, Gio Joshua,
Dan Lim Koco
pamit undur diri. Terima kasih untuk kalian sudah menyaksikan
RRQ juara.
10 dari grup stage sampai dengan grand final. Dan kita akan memberikan kepada host kita Radit Overkill. Sikat!
Lihat reaksi dari Coach Phil.
Ya nggak sih?
menembus Win of Nature dari pinnya. Dan jangan lupakan True Damage Alpha. Gua rasa ya kalau memang RRQ cukup percaya
Ayo Sena,
diri
Sena,
untuk
Sena, Sena,
ngechat
kalem, kalem,
dan
kalem, Sena.
juga pin. Kayaknya itu bisa. Jadi solusi ketangkep.
Wah, Wasipol jarak belakang, Reslonanya bakal coba untuk di defense, tapi ternyata harga
Let's go,
masih
nice.
kuat.
Nice, nice, nice.
Kuda
5 lawan 4, 5 lawan
Wasipol.
4.
Niat jahatnya digagalkan. Bahkan Toy kali ini, walaupun tidak ada hardguard, dia masih coba untuk fokus menghancurkan base turret dari top lane.
Oke, bakal ditabrak lagi.
Tengah.
Wapinnya udah benar-benar sekarat. Marsi dalam masalah.
Tengah.
Ini bisa menjadi
Minionnya
endgame.
belum.
Toynya mendapatkan point kill. Base turret dibuka, entropy untuk defensif. Bahkan sekarang impulsion. Gagal RRQ Sena.
Sena juara
Tapi base turretnya yang akhirnya membuat RRQ Sena menjadi juara MDL ID season yang ke-10.
Dan please welcome
Mana suaranya?
the new champion. Kutukan berakhir. Kutukan runner-up tidak mempan di season ini. Dan juara baru di MDL Indonesia season yang ke-10.
Let's go RRQ Sena akhirnya juara coy.
RRQ Sena.
Akhirnya setelah melewati banyaknya Grand Final, RRQ Sena membuktikan kalau mereka
Let's go. Setelah 4 kali Grand Final RRQ Sena juara coy. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Mana suaranya?
Waktu yang mereka dapatkan, kesabaran dari yang mereka rasakan. 3 kali masuk final, tidak pernah juara, tapi rezeki akan datang tepat pada waktunya dan hari inilah rezeki untuk RRQ
Gila,
Sena.
di luar prediksi guys, tahun-tahun juara
Penantian
cok.
panjang.
Padahal di regular season mereka
Finish di
susah loh guys.
posisi kedua. Jadi hantu untuk mereka. Jadi satu
Sabar,
pressure
guys, aku
juga
nge-tag anak-anak
pastinya,
dulu.
tapi pembuktian mereka lakukan. Ini dia kelima punggawa yang sangat-sangat telah berjuang
Siapa, guys?
keras pastinya. Dan sang jawara baru di MDL Indonesia season
Toy,
10.
siapa lagi guys? Don.
Rex Regum Keon
Habis Don.
Sena.
dan Rex Lona. Berapa guys Rex Lona? Terus